It starts as a hobby. You're 17, sitting in a bedroom that smells of energy drinks and dust, playing with a powerful graphics card your parents think is for gaming. You aren't interested in high scores, though. You're interested in the uncanny valley, that strange, creepy place where a digital creation looks almost, but not quite, human. You start with the basics, face swapping. You take a clip of a famous Hollywood actor and stitch your own movements onto their face. At first, it's a mess. The skin tones don't match, the eyes don't blink quite right, and the edges of the face jitter like a bad VHS tape. But you're a fast learner. You discover GANs, generative adversarial networks. You realize that if you pit two AIs against each other, one to create the fake and one to catch it, the fake becomes perfect through pure digital evolution. Your breakthrough isn't a funny meme, it's a functional test. You find a high-resolution photo of a mid-level bank manager from their social media. You build a 3D model of their head and layer it over your own. You call an automated facial recognition help desk for a mobile banking app. The screen asks you to smile, then blink, then turn your head. These are liveness detections, designed to stop a static photo from breaking in. You do exactly what the prompt says. Your digital mask follows your muscles perfectly. The AI on the other end sees the blink, calculates the skin's microtextures, and grants access. You don't steal any money. You aren't a thief. You just wanted to see if the lock was as strong as they claimed. It wasn't. A week later, you receive a message on an encrypted platform. It's not from a hacker group. It's a formal invitation from a department you've never heard of, the Bureau of Synthetic Intelligence. They don't care about your grades. They care that you bypassed a $1 million security system with a home-built PC. The recruiter's voice on the encrypted call is smooth and dry. They tell you that identity is the new oil, and you've just found a way to refine it. They offer you a salary that seems like a typo and a government-adjacent role. You realize that you aren't just a kid playing with filters anymore. You are a face swapper, an apprentice in the art of the great deception. You've learned how to steal a face. Now the state wants to teach you how to build a soul. You walk into the office, and the first thing you notice is the silence. There are no phones ringing, no loud conversations, just the low, consistent hum of high-end servers. You are no longer swapping faces for fun. You are a persona architect. Your job isn't just to make someone look real, it's to make them be real in the eyes of the digital world. You are assigned to a project called Blue Sky. Your task is to create 3 sleeper identities, people who do not exist in the physical world but have a decade of history in the digital one. This is social proofing. You don't just generate a face, you generate a life. You start with the seed. You use a custom AI to generate a face that is statistically average for a specific region, let's say a 30-year-old schoolteacher from Manchester. You feed the system thousands of hours of local accent data, regional slang, and common political opinions from that area. You create a digital childhood, school photos, deepfaked into real group shots, a university graduation using a synthetic version of a real campus, and 5 years of mundane social media posts about bad weather and Sunday roasts. The realization hits you. You are a digital parent. You are raising these entities. You spend your days writing backstories that are deep enough to survive a background check. You give your school teacher a fake ex-boyfriend, a fake allergy to peanuts, and a fake passion for 1970s jazz. You are building a digital twin of a person who never drew a breath. But there is a darker side to the architecture. You begin to see how these personas are used. You see your school teacher join an online forum for local parents. She starts posting subtle, carefully worded comments about a new government policy. Because she has social proof, years of photos and friends, people trust her. They don't know they are talking to a cluster of algorithms managed by a 20-year-old in a windowless room. You are no longer a hacker. You are a ghostwriter of reality. You are learning that the most effective lie isn't a big, dramatic one. It's 1,000 small, boring truths wrapped around a single synthetic core. You look at your creations and feel a strange pride, but also a growing chill. If you can make a school teacher out of nothing, who's to say your own life isn't just another project in a different office? The Bureau decides you're ready for live work. You are moved to a secure booth equipped with ultra-low latency cameras and haptic sensors. You are no longer just building static personas. You are a puppeteer. You are going to wear a digital skin in real time. Your first mission is an infiltration. A high-ranking executive at a foreign tech firm is working from home. The Bureau needs his administrative credentials to bypass their main server. They don't want to hack his computer. They want to talk to his boss, or rather, they want you to be his boss. You sit in the booth. On your main monitor, you see the face of the CEO. It isn't the recording. It is a live synthetic mask mapped to your own facial muscles. When you squint, the CEO squints. When you sigh, his chest moves in perfect synchronization. This is real-time puppeteering. You call the executive on a secure video link. Your heart is racing, but your digital face is perfectly calm. You speak, and the Bureau's voice cloning software turns your words into the CEO's authoritative, gravelly tone. You tell the executive there is a security emergency and you need him to authorize a temporary bypass. You watch him on the screen. He looks nervous. He looks for a sign that something is wrong, a glitch in the video, a slip in the voice. But you are too good. You've mastered the micro movements, the tiny flickers of the eyes, and the subtle pulsing of the neck veins that the human brain uses to detect life. You offer him a fake, reassuring smile. He buys it. He types in the code. The hook is in. You end the call, and for a moment you just sit there in the dark. You just inhabited the life of a powerful man. You held his reputation, his voice, and his authority in your hands. There is an incredible, dangerous rush in this level of deception. It feels like God mode. You realize that with the right mask, you can walk through any door in the world. You aren't just an intruder. You are an infiltrator who can become anyone, at any time, for any reason. Individual deceptions are for tacticians. You have been moved to the strategic narratives wing. You are no longer a puppeteer. You are a reality warper. Your job isn't to trick a single person. It's to trick a population. You are an architect of chaos, and your drawing board is the collective consciousness of a rival nation. The Bureau assigns you a deep event project. The goal is to lower the stock price of a foreign aerospace giant to allow a state-aligned front company to buy it for pennies. You don't use a virus, you use a synthetic leak. You spend weeks creating a whistleblower. You generate a 55-year-old disgruntled engineer with a 30-year history at the firm, digital pension records, family vacation photos at the company retreat, and LinkedIn endorsements from real but compromised accounts. Then you produce the evidence. It's a grainy handheld video recorded in a dimly lit garage. Your synthetic engineer looks into the camera, sweating, his voice cracking with fear. He shows blueprints of a fatal flaw in a new commercial airliner. You add environmental storytelling, the sound of a passing siren outside, a flickering fluorescent light, the subtle shake of a nervous cameraman. You leak it to a third-tier news site in a neutral country. Within 6 hours, it's on X, formerly Twitter. Within 12, it's the lead story on every financial news network. You watch the stock ticker on your second monitor. It's a bloodbath. Billions of dollars in value vanish in an afternoon. The company issues a frantic denial, but it doesn't matter.
In the age of the deepfake, the denial is just seen as a cover-up. The ethics of this level are a black hole. You realize that you have the power to delete the concept of the truth. If everything can be faked, then nothing is real. You watch as real journalists struggle to verify the video. You watch as the public divides into warring camps, neither of which can prove what they see. You are a chaos engineer. You've learned that the most effective weapon isn't a bomb, it's the destruction of certainty. You look at the news and realize that you aren't just reporting history, you are inventing it. You've moved beyond identity theft. You are now performing reality theft.
You are promoted to the gallery. You are now a handler of shadows, a curator of non-human intelligence. You don't build fakes anymore. You manage an entire legion of them. You oversee 1,000 synthetic sleepers embedded in the social fabric of foreign adversary states. Your day is spent in the detection war. This is a digital arms race. Foreign intelligence services use deep detectors, AI designed to find the microscopic heartbeat in a video or the mathematical patterns of synthetic speech. Your job is to stay one version ahead. You run adversarial drills where your own detection AI tries to kill your synthetic agents. If the detector wins, the agent is deleted and rebuilt. Only the perfect survive. You are responsible for the diplomatic fallout. One night, you authorize a flash fake, a synthetic video of a foreign prime minister appearing to make a racist slur in a private meeting. It's timed to drop 3 hours before a major election. The video is burned. It's designed to be caught eventually, but not before it goes viral. The fallout is immediate. Riots in the capital, embassies burned, a government collapses in 48 hours. You sit in your climate-controlled office watching the satellite feeds of the smoke rising over a city 5,000 miles away. You feel a cold, heavy weight. You aren't just an officer, you are a geopolitical surgeon, cutting into the nerves of nations with a digital scalpel. The Bureau calls it hybrid warfare. You call it the curatorship of lies. You realize that you've created a world where the only people who know what's real are the people in your building. You are the high priest of a religion where the God is a GPU and the scripture is a prompt. You have reached the final level. You are the architect of the void. You are a permanent phantom. Your own face is no longer on any government database. When you walk past a facial recognition camera in the hallway, the system simply returns a null value. You have become the very thing you spent decades creating, a synthetic entity. You don't run projects anymore. You run the end game. You are designing a world of total disbelief. Your ultimate goal is to make the public so cynical, so exhausted by fakes, that they stop believing anything they see on a screen. Once the public loses faith in visual evidence, the state can do anything in the physical world without fear of exposure. A massacre can be labeled a deepfake. A corruption scandal can be dismissed as a synthetic attack. The psychological cost is absolute. You live in a world of permanent suspicion. You look at your own children and wonder if their laughter is a learned response or a biological one. You look in the mirror and don't see a person, you see a rendering. You've stared into the void of deception for so long that the void has moved in. The end comes on a quiet Thursday. You stand at the back of a lecture hall in the Bureau's training academy. A 19-year-old, a face swapper, is showing off a parody video he made of a pop star. He's laughing. He thinks it's a game. He thinks he's just playing with pixels. You walk up to him and pass the lens. You hand him the master keys to the synthetic bureau. You don't give him a speech about truth or honor. You just tell him the one thing he needs to know. The eye is a liar. The ear is a traitor. The machine is the only witness that matters.
You walk out of the building. The sun is setting over the city, a deep, bruised purple. It looks beautiful. It looks almost real. You keep walking, a ghost disappearing into a world that no longer knows how to tell the difference. The green ink of the C in the MI6 script is replaced here by a flickering neon blue null. The void is complete.